Oh no. Oh no, I've ruined it. I've ruined it all.
Move this man!
You know, I have to turn off the audio for the sim to load. And then I sniped Shawnee. I'm so sorry. I had to wait for the sim, or I had to redo the audio for the sim to load, and I forgot to turn it back on. But then I did it for walk.
Hello, bees.
And then I sniped Shawnee again. I'm so sorry, Shawnee. Brace, good afternoon. Shawnee, I'm so sorry. Wog Ninja, good evening. Clorix, good evening. Salty, good evening. Devious, good evening. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We are...
Did we just become best friends? Yup!
Hello, Fligerino. How's my fabulous flying fanatic faring this fine Friday?
Hello? Raven, thank you for the 3 years. Dang. Thank you, Raven. Get my volume. Now I got to do the audio. Raven, thank you for that. The wind is really loud. And is it that windy? Is it that windy right now in Melbourne? Brace? Is it really windy right now? It sounds windy. Yeah, Raven, thank you so much. Jadot, good evening.
Guess who's back again.
No, but in Melbourne it is. That's what I said. I said, is it windy in Melbourne?
How's the serenity?
Melbourne. Why do you keep typing it? Melbourne. Why do you... Are you broken? Rally Snail, good afternoon. Raven says, before you ask, as soon as I clocked off work, I drank rum straight from the bottle. That's how my day was. Really? You drank rum straight from the bottle. Wow. What a day. Yeah, please explain. Please explain. You know I love it.
Do the magic hand thing.
Nerdroid, good evening. First day of a new semester. Amount of talking I did today. I'm tired. Going to be an early night for me. So, nerd, we're out of school tomorrow for the third day in a row after Martin Luther King Day. So we're supposed to get snow tomorrow night. We'll probably be out Friday as well. We're going to get a whole week off. The reason we're out tomorrow, listen, we got an inch of snow. We didn't get much. He sounds like a rally car. Hold on. Listen. He's so funny. He's got a toy in his mouth and he pushes it against Sammy. Just pushes it. But here's Clark says this is the content we came here for. So the reasoning behind not being in school tomorrow was apparently some of our schools do not have working heat right now. Also, there is supposed to be 1 to 3 inches coming in tomorrow night, and it starts in the afternoon. And they were worried about bad road conditions as students were dismissing in the afternoon. So there's a good chance we're out all week. Just crazy. It's crazy, Nerd Droid. 3 inches overnight, no late start, no snow day, but it took you an extra 10 minutes to get to work. That's amazing. Aaron Priest said 8 inches of snow, just got done snow blowing. I thought that was going to say snowboarding.
Where are you going?
What's up, Jake?
It's faster if you drive.
What's up, Jake? All right, I'm going to read what Raven said. Raven said, so the head of QA for the entire North America quality department that talked me into taking this temp position was like, we're still looking for someone. Relieve Raven, even if it's temp. And my skin crawled. I was instantly, no more temps. I'll hold on till we get a permanent. Thing is, 2 weeks ago, I'd have been fine with it. Heck, even having a new permanent person in the position is weird to me, and that's weirding me out. So, yeah, you had said that you were going to do a temporary thing, but they're looking at replacing you with another temp, and you don't like that. You'd rather it just be permanent. Thought Raven was the permanent person. No, well, Raven was originally a permanent, right? But then they asked you to take on a different role, and you said you would do it temporarily, right? Shadow says, I got cold last night. Thank goodness I'm only 6 feet from my 13.9. This room is the warmest room in the house. There's no doubt about it, right? Like this is the warmest room in the house. Right now, it feels a little cooler than normal. If you go in our living room, it's pretty cold. It is. I've just been informed. I've just been handed a note. It says she has set the thermostat for 69 degrees. Ray says this just in. Our temperature
Did we just become
is
best
set
friends? Yep.
Whoop
for
whoop over a year.
69 degrees.
Nice.
What?
Ice Cube, thank you for the 13 months. Brace, thanks for the bits. No wonder it's
if you
cold in
discovered
the
man you were
living
dating
room.
was a virgin, would you find it appealing? How many women said that they would find that appealing?
I think, Bob, I think that
No, I don't know, David.
So I'm going to say it's a relatively high number that would like it. I'll say 69.
Devious, thank you for those bits. Defiant says, you just reminded me to set mine to 68. Why? Dang. Jake said, just spent 4 hours in my own little world on Farm Sim, digging a road on a mountainside in an excavator. That's cool. That's pretty cool. I didn't even know you could do that in Farm Sim. So, yeah, Raven, that's so strange. I was told, I'm reading what Raven said, I was told they needed someone in the position, in the team lead position, and they asked me to temporarily fill in until they find someone. And I've been firmly in the no, I am not a temp. Don't get used to me.
You are not sending me $50.
Until
We're
today.
sending you $50. Morty, get me an envelope.
Morty, get me an envelope.
But if you send me $50, you are going to be so sorry.
Choo choo.
Dang. Thanks, everybody. So, Raven, you don't want them to basically think of you as a temp. You are still a permanent other employee. You're worried they're thinking of you as a temp. Is that what I'm getting down to? I'm trying to understand it. Thanks for the bits, Raven. Nerd says Aggies keeps the house at 72. I think that's the normal temperature. That's normal, right? 72?
Well, like, in the summer.
In the summer, we are what? Here it comes. You ready for the 74?
Oh, isn't that hot, guys? Oh, yeah.
70. She says 74 was too much.
Don't you want to just get in there? Ooh.
Bri, thanks for the bits. That's a good one. Thanks, Bri. No, sorry. I mean, Mint, no, I'm just a temp. Okay. All right. It's okay. Bri, thank you for those bits. It's one of my favorite alerts. Actually, all the alerts. I love all the alerts. I'm so confusing. I'm sorry. I don't want them to think of me as a permanent. I'm just filling it. You mean you don't want them to think of you as a permanent in this new position? Right. You're trying to get them to understand you are only temporarily doing this, not the entire time. Yeah, I got it. I figured it out. Just filling in the job drives me insane, and I'm considering keeping it, and that's what's bothering me. Well, and I'll say it again. Does this job pay more? 74 in the summer. Here, the AC would be on 24/7, and for the most part, ours is too, Ice Cube. For the most part, it's on 24/7. If I take position, it would. Is it substantial? Like, would it be worth it? Like, enough to where it would be worth it? Man, my frames are just... And I've got frame gen on. I feel like my frames are just not great. Let me switch this. Yeah, look at those stutters. I don't know what's going on. I've updated everything. I got frame gen updated, and I've got... well, that's better now. That seems better. I got my video drivers updated. Yeah. YMML is heavy. Is it? Okay. Well, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it tonight. If it's advancing your career and you want that, then go for it, Mr. MixT says. Currently, no pay raise. I'm just filling in, but it's growing on me like moss. But what I'm saying, Raven, is if you take the job permanently, is it a substantial pay raise? If you take it. If you take it. Let's talk about what we're doing tonight. Well, hold on. Mapper.
Hi.
Party!
Mapper, thank you for the raid. Appreciate that so much, Mapper. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome. Welcome. TX Twister. Welcome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you all being here. Hope you had a good stream tonight. We're just getting started. We're just getting started, so I understand if you got to go, but if you can hang, cool. Currently no pay. I saw that. A minor one because I'm in Arizona, and Arizona's minimum wage is too high for the company. Well, that makes sense, but hopefully it's substantial. These are some close friends I've known for years, Jado says. Well, welcome, Jado's friends. Hope you all had a good stream. Appreciate you all so much being here. Thanks for being here. So we're doing flight sim tonight, and we're flying from Melbourne, Australia, to Gold Coast, Australia. And tonight is a little different because I'm going to be showing an airport that Orbx, the company's name you see in the bottom left, they are going to be releasing an airport for Gold Coast soon. I don't know the exact date. Nerd, thanks for the gift sub to Mapper. Thank you, Nerd. Mapper GG. Dang, I didn't know that, Ice Cube. That's crazy. That's crazy, Ice Cube. Thank you, Nerd Droid, for that. Thank you. So, so Gold Coast is on the east coast of Australia, just south of Brisbane. It's north of Sydney. We're going to be flying from Melbourne, northeast to Gold Coast. And tonight's stream, I'm going to be showing both this airport, the Melbourne airport, and it's made by Orbx. And then I'm also going to be showing... actually, I don't know. I'd have to look and see. Is it made by Orbx or is it only sold by Orbx? Sometimes I get them confused of which one is which. Did they make this one? I forgot. And then Gold Coast is the one I'm going to be showing tonight. It's in beta right now. It's pre-release. They did make it. Thank you, Brace. Okay. The maker works for Orbx. Thank you. So YBCG is Gold Coast. That's the one I'm going to be showing at the end of the night. So tonight's stream's a little different because I'm going to be showing Gold Coast from Orbx, but that's where we're flying to, not from. And so, what's up, Hapes?
Beware, I live. Run.
Well, no, it's not that I forgot. I just wasn't sure. Sometimes, like, even though it's sold through Orbx, it might be through Orbx Central. You have to check sometimes if it's actually made by Orbx. But this airport that we're flying to is not currently available, and from my understanding, the date is still to be determined. The email I got said that they want me to fly from Melbourne to Gold Coast, which is what we're doing tonight, and then they would like me to show the airport uno mas on the day that it's released. What's up, Amplify? And I don't know when that's going to be. I'm hoping it's not when we're in Vegas a week and a half from now. So hopefully it's before then. We'll see. My light mod is putting lights everywhere. You're right. The lights that you see are probably not with the airport, especially the ones out in the middle of the taxiways. And Walk, thank you for doing that. So, can't pin an announcement? Oh, you can't. Okay, well, then you could just type it and then just pin it, I guess. That's kind of strange. Can't pin an announcement. That's weird. So tonight, I'm going to start with showing this airport because it's also through Orbx. And then at the end of the night, we'll take a longer tour of Gold Coast. So, for now, what I'm going to do is just kind of look around. Again, these lights here, I feel like these lights are part because of the way these are, but these are probably not. You can see how they're going through the building. So if they're short lights, they are not part of it, but if they're tall lights, they are. So now, obviously, these are because that's a different design. That's got cameras on it, which is cool. But tonight's stream the point of tonight's stream is not necessarily to showcase this airport, but I still kind of wanted to show it anyway because this is a large airport. This is a large airport. I do like that this one has people Lots of people inside. They're not animated, but I like them, and they're all high res. We've seen some people. I guess there's something going on here in the airport. Maybe he knows something's going on with this guy. We've seen some pretty low res people in these airports, but this is a busy airport. It's very detailed.
I'm locking the vault. The vault.
Obviously, if you're flying out of this area a lot, and we do because it's one of our Fliggity Air hubs, you probably want to grab this airport. I mean, look at the detail in this. The trees, those trees look really good. That's definitely part of the scenery and not part of the sim. That's cool. This is like I said, if you're gonna fly out of this area, this is definitely a good one to have. Brace, I wonder if Brace has ever, I don't know. Brace, you ever stayed at the Park Royal? By the way, I thought you were working today, Brace. Aren't you working? Yeah, this is cool. Look at all this. Look at the way they cover their parking too. Just a lot of details. The trees look really good. Parking garage is massive. Your house isn't far away. I don't need to. Let's check these out. I love the billboards that they'll put. You'll see some at Gold Coast as well. Oh, these are animated billboards. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. You don't see animated stuff very often. What's going on, Henry? You don't see animation a lot in Flight Sim. The Fly Tampa did Las Vegas, and they've got the animation thing going, but it's nice to see even a little bit here. Yeah, boy, the lights, boy, they added it's not Orbx that did it. It's my mod that I have that lights up airports. Look at that. That's nice. This is really cool. Look at this. Even the parking garage is detailed. Look at this. How about that? Henry, I believe this airport is around 20 American dollars. However, if you watch, you can get these on sale. They'll do quite a few sales. Yeah. This is a very, very active airport. Like, my frames aren't great. But I mean, look at the size of this place. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, that always happens to me. Hold on, I hit a wrong button. Look, if I zoom up here, or drone up, look how large this airport is. There's a lot. Look at that. Let's go down. I want to go down in this main area. Just look at it real quick. Just see how it is. Okay, so that, oh, a little bit of interior here. Oh, you know what? I'm pretty sure these images were the same ones we saw in one of the other airports that we showcased, and I couldn't see them. I talked about them being very high res, and these are. I mean, like, look how high res those images are for the interior of an airport, you know? It's nice. So yeah, really cool. Really cool. So what we're going to do is get this plane started, get off the ground, do all the things that we normally do, and then fly into Gold Coast. Once we land, we'll check out Gold Coast in a little bit more detail, because that's the one that I think most people have not seen. I know some people do own this. It's been out already for a little bit, but since Gold Coast hasn't come out yet, I want to spend a little bit more time checking it out. When will Fliggity Air advertise here? Walk says when it's free. It's the right answer. Showed some comparisons to photos of the real airport I took in Discord a little while back. Some real... okay, hold on.
I am the man with no name.
Zep Brannigan, at your service.
Dave, good evening. Henry, good night. Take care. Boone, thanks for the follow. Welcome.
We got one!
Mapper, thank you as well. Thank you for the follow. Where are those pictures? Where'd you put them? Are they in screenshots? Oh, it was a while ago. I'm looking for it. Okay. All right. Well, when you get it, I'll pull it up. Dave, how are you doing? Did you see that UK win tonight over Mississippi State? I did have GSX not conflict with the jetways, so I'm hoping we don't have that issue either when we land. Dang. What's going on, Senior Pin? We're doing well. I want to honestly get this plane going. I'd like to get off the ground because the frames here are a little rough with so many people here and it being a large airport. We're going to get this going. We're in the 737 tonight. Are you going to the $800? Are you going to the $800 for Gold Coast? What do you mean the $800? You mean the 800 variant? Oh, are you going to pay the 800? No. That is pretty funny, isn't it? Yeah, that's definitely their placeholder for it's not being available yet, and so they have to put a price in there. And I would hope that you wouldn't pay the $800 unless you really love Gold Coast. Yeah, I think it's more they don't want people buying it, and they have to put in a number while they're getting ready to. Let's see. Parking brake is on. Ground power is on. Lights as required. Set the IRS to nav. Passenger signs. The really cool thing about Gold Coast, the airport, is it's like almost right on the beach. There's like a street or so between the airport and the beach. It's pretty cool. And I have to say, I was really glad they were releasing that airport because I really like flying around that area. So I could definitely see some more VFR in that area. It's just such a cool area to fly over, to see the way all those waterways are. Why is it beeping? I figured it out. Is Sky Park dead? JDM says. I don't use it. I used to, but I haven't used it in a while. So that's a good question. Anybody else still use it? He said it's being revamped, but no timeline. There you go.
Cabin crew, we're all set up here, so you can go ahead and start boarding whenever you're ready.
Dave said back when the PlayStation was released, the original, we had them in stock at software, etc., days, weeks before we could sell them. The placeholder price in the system was $90,000, $995.99. It was released on $99.95. The price changed in the system the morning of release. That's great. Screenshots for those comparisons. Thank you. Let's check it out. So this is for the Melbourne airport. So you can see Brace did a picture on the left comparing this to the sim on the right. That's pretty cool. And then this with the sim on the left and his on the right. It's funny. It's pretty cool. Isn't that crazy? Pretty cool. The GSX jetways have the bingo signs on the jetways. There you go. Okay. Electronic hydraulic pumps. Yaw damper. Window heat. And get the APU on. Oh dear. Did you see that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I saw this. Hold on. Does that fix it? It does. Okay. You have to Alt-Enter out of it. That's the frame gen mod. You have to Alt-Enter out of it to make it switch. That's the weirdness when you tried the frame gen mod. I wonder if what I just did would fix it, Clorix. Alt-Enter and Alt-Enter again. Maybe. Okay, let's get that APU on. Okay, that looks good. So now we'll be able to load the other stuff. Okay. That go. And let's get the APU bleed on. APU gens. Packs to auto. Isolation valve is open, and we'll go back to the FMC load. It happened at least half the time you started the sim. I didn't know how that fixed it at the time, but at that point I just didn't want to mess with it. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's repeatable if I swing my camera around a lot. Didn't know about the Alt-Enter thing, though. I found changing anti-aliasing away and back helped, though. I don't have it happen very often. I think that's like the second time I've had it happen. Okay, so we're going to do... I tell you what, I'm not going to do any boarding or catering because of the performance I'm getting. I'll just save it for the pushback, and that's it. So those are good. Let's go to init ref and request. Load and execute. Okay, now we'll go to departures. Tonight we're leaving runway 27. The Nonix 3 departure. Execute. And then for Gold Coast, we're going to fly into 32. I'll do RNAV X32. Burn 2A. I'm not going to do that transition. Let's go check the, yep, 370 is where our altitude's going to be. Go on and do the winds. FICO worked well for you. Okay, then I'll add it. I'll add it. And load. And execute. Okay, so those are done. Let's go. Let's look at the legs. So no vector at the beginning. Oh, I need to go back. So we said that, and we'll do FICO execute. And let's go back to init-ref. In one limit. Actually, I need to do fuel first before I do that. So we'll do 20. Now we can do takeoff. 5 flaps. Center gravity trim. V speeds. 564 is the trim. And that is done. Okay. No praise. Let's keep going. Altimeter. Oh, I like that it says we're at E3.
Thanks, Mitch.
Like
it
that.
Seems that this problem is almost unbearable.
Oh, what's going on, unbearable? Speaking of unbearable, how difficult is it to sell a car in these temperatures? I went to Sam's Club today, and it was awful. I hope you don't have to stand out there a lot. Transponder, let's switch it. How easy is it to upsell the heated steering wheel? We're going to be at 37. Okay, and the heading of the runway we're leaving from is 263. And V speed looks like it's going to be 149. If they told me to stand out there and wait for customers, I'd kindly and firmly tell them to go blank themselves. Now, I get that. I get that. But when you have to go show people cars, don't you still have to go outside and stand out there? Ringcrat says, how does a plane determine altitude when taking off from a high elevation to landing in a lower elevation? Well, it has a database of altitudes, but you do have to, for weather, you have to change the altimeter. So like right now, the altimeter is 2971. Usually it's 2992. And so the altitude will change. The computer's reference of the altitude will change based on the weather, but it has a database of where you are and what the altitude is at that location. People say, oh, I'm just looking. Well, look from your car online. Come in when you want to buy. What's up, Captain Nabib? Westland, hello. Thanks for joining me to my stream 2 days ago. You have a nice flight. How are you? I'm doing well. How are you doing? You're welcome. No problem at all. We're going to be leaving very, very soon. Very, very soon. I know we're getting close. That's done. That's done. Flight directors on. Radios. Yeah, let's get ILS. What's the... Oh, wait, we don't have ILS tonight. That's good. Okay. So now we need to do our pushback. So, anti-collision. Tell the people outside that we're going to be leaving. Let's get the fuel pumps on. We're going to need the center pumps on as well. And let's get that pushback. I need nose to the right. Hold on, I think I gotta... Yeah, hold on. Not that, not that. Where are you? Give me a second. I have to start that, whatever that COUATL is to do GSX. I think. What's up, Bryce? Okay, that should hopefully work. There we go. Yeah, listen, Captain Habib, I'm fine. Being a teacher, we've been out of school all week, and we'll probably be out of school the rest of the week. We're out tomorrow. It's gonna make me restart it. What is it asking for here? Let me see if restarting it. I had to... There we go. Let's restart it. See if that does it. Bacon, I would not unplug that yoke. It's a bad idea. I can't get GSX to work anyway. Oh, it worked. Oh my gosh. Give me that pushback. Okay, they're closing the door. So they got the message. Closing the door. What about... Make sure all of them are closed. That's good. Let's check ground power. You can release it. Remove chocks. Those are good. We're ready. So give it a second. Do you play one server VATSIM or IVAO? We don't often do VATSIM because when I fly late at night, they're not usually on. But if they are, I'll try. But I also don't chase them. If they're on where we are, great. And if they're not, we just can't use them.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
Ready for pushback. What's the worked 9 to 5 today, and we had 3 potential customers come in during that time, and we have 9 salesmen. Did you work with any of those customers on Bearable? JCPS is in person tomorrow, but it's supposed to snow tomorrow, so I don't see there being... That's what I think. I don't think we'll be in school on Friday, but Unbearable, the reason they're not going tomorrow is we still have some buildings without heat. We have buildings without heat, and it's also supposed to be starting to snow a little bit when kids would be dismissing in the afternoon, so they opted out. Are you having issues with this? No. No. GSX was a little weird, but I got it. Okay, waiting for that vehicle right there to connect. Give it a second. That vehicle right there.
Locking gear.
No school for black ice for Bryce. Had 0 customers today, but after the year I had last year, some changes are about to come my way. Details to follow. Wow. Are you getting ready to get promoted to like a manager or something and you're not going to be a car salesman anymore? And you're going to get just a high salary? Is that what you're telling me?
Release parking brakes, please.
And does that mean that if I buy a car from you, it will be even cheaper?
All engines clear. Start at will.
Starting at will.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Fligadier. Federal regulations require that carry-on items are stowed prior to closing the aircraft door. Your items may be placed in an overhead compartment or completely under the seat in front of you. Use caution when placing items in or removing them from the overhead compartment, and let us know if we may be of assistance. In order to expedite
now,
the
this is not an Orbx issue. This is a frame gen issue. When you have the frame gen mod,
take a moment to review the safety instructions.
They get a little weird with some of the textures.
Passengers seated in an exit row are also asked to review the exit row seating requirements.
Well, this pushback is weird.
You're required to assist the crew in an evacuation.
I did say nose to the right.
Functions described on the card, just asked to be reseated. Thank you.
I swear I said nose to the right. It's doing it wrong. It's doing it backwards. DirectX 12 does that. Okay. Aussie Gamer, what's going on? It's when David Putty went from mechanic to salesman. High five. High five. I took a loss of 20% from 22 to 23. I'm exploring other options and taking a risk, but I don't want to talk it up until all my ducks are on a row. Okay. Don't make me, I'll do it. What? What, Brace? You'll do what? I've noticed those. Yeah, it happens, Scots. Even, listen, Vandalay. I'm telling you, every time we do a Seinfeld thing, Vandalay is here. That's the Twix episode, too. Set parking brake. That's the Twix episode. They're all Twix! Cheers, everybody. Cheers. My plane is backwards. Oh, I know what you're going to do. You're going to go back and you're going to see which one I clicked on. I clicked on the second one. Whichever one the second one is. Is there a fix for these texture issues? Don't use the frame gen mod. What's going on with the right engine? Hey, that's a good question. Engine fail.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Why is there...
Left is clear. Right is clear.
What have I done wrong? What did I skip? I know what it is. The packs are on. That's my fault. I sent you a screenshot already. He's so mean. Yes, I chose the second option, and the second option is nose to the left, not nose to the right. Thanks, Brace. I just clicked on your sound effect from where you messaged me because it was right above it. And so that one's for free. Another 2,000 points? No. God, no. I didn't ask for this one. All right, engine 2 is on. Let's do engine 1. Okay, those are good. Those are good. Get that going. All right, I think we're in good shape so far. We're taking a little long, but that's okay. Oh, before I forget, if you click that link, you can check out any of the products from Orbx, including the airport we're currently at, if you like what you see here. And then later I'll do this. That's the link for the airport that we'll be doing on arrival. Gold Coast. Okay, both engines are good. So let's do gens 1 and 2. Probe heat. Packs to auto. APU bleed off. APU off. Flaps to 5. LNAV, VNAV. Auto throttle. Auto brake. Taxi lights are good. And we're ready. So now I get to do a big old turn. No, I don't, Defiant. It's messed up. I can't get the installer to work. I keep getting an error message. We looked it up and it's the fixes for it did not help me. I can't install it anymore. It might have something to do with all the Windows issues that I have. But I do not have it installed. I can't use it anymore. After my performance on the stream, if I ever stream MSFS, my DMs would be inundated with mistakes I make during a flight. Yeah, I would love to see you stream this. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding?
Flight attendants, prepare doors for departure and cross-check. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your attention while important safety information is reviewed. In preparation for departure, be certain that your seat back is straight up and your tray table is stowed. Make sure your carry-on items are placed completely under the seat in front of you or in the overhead bin. Portable telephones are not approved for use in flight. However,
he should get some points for going through the GeoGuessr points the other night, though. I mean, that was dedication, no doubt about it.
For everyone's safety, regulations require your compliance with all lighted signs, placards, and crew member instructions. If you don't know how to operate the seat rope, you probably shouldn't be out in public unsupervised. Please use the safety instructions card in your seat pocket in front of you. It explains the safety features of this aircraft, as well as the location and operation of exits and flotation devices. Your seat cushion serves as an approved flotation device. To remove it, pull up and bring it with you to the nearest usable exit, paddle to shore, and enjoy them with our compliments. There may be 50 ways to leave your lover, but
no one else is petty enough.
This airplane. Take a moment to locate the nearest exit.
I think it's funny.
That the closest usable exit may be located behind you. If there's a loss of aircraft electrical power,
I don't care if I'm right or wrong. I just like having closure, knowing it was my fault. It's not a mistake, like from the sim. It was something I did wrong. It's good to know that. Some people might not think so.
Stop screaming, grab the mask, and pull it over your face. To tighten the fit, pull the tab on each side of the
Ben,
mask.
what's going on, Ben? How are you?
Not need to fully inflate when oxygen is flowing. If you have a small child traveling with you, secure your mask before assisting with theirs. If you're traveling with more than one small child, pick your favorite. If you're lucky, a life vest may be located under your seat. To wear it, tear open the plastic package, remove the life vest, and slip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist, snap the two ends together, and tighten. Inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tabs. This vest can be manually inflated by blowing into one end of the red tubes and is equipped with a water-activated locator light. How this works, I have no idea, but if you figure it out, please let us know.
To be fair, I only do it when you claim you're right.
Tampering with, disabling, or
you wouldn't do it if I'm wrong? You don't want to prove that I'm right?
Coming from the lavatories, we will assume you're
now that's petty.
This is a free service that we provide. On behalf of the captain and your entire crew, it is our pleasure to have you on board.
Bless you. Dang, that had to be relieving. Ben said I'm good at a friend's house because I have to take him to the field in the morning. Just Army stuff. Wow. I'm doing well, Ben. I'm you know, we're out of school tomorrow. I'm flying a fake plane. I'm a fake pilot. Everything's good. This actually is a good runway to leave from. This runway is the closest one to the terminal. Oh dear, look at those frames. All I wanted to do was look over there. There we go. It takes it a while just to adjust. I just wanted to look at the airport. Oh, it won't turn. Why is it not turning? Wow, this won't turn. Probably because... Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. If I'm using the mouse to look around, it doesn't let you use your controller. I forgot about that. I'm not used to doing that. I'm not used to using my pedals while looking around, and it wouldn't let... It wasn't dictating... Or it wasn't using any of my pedal inputs while I was using the mouse. They did that on an update... like 6 months after the sim released or something weird. It used to not be like that, and then they updated it to where you couldn't look around with your mouse and use controller inputs at the same time. No, Captain Nubby, this is Melbourne. We're flying into Gold Coast. So we won't be there for probably another hour and a half or so. Remember that changed after an update? Surprised it never got I know, it's so strange, because I would love to be able to fly the plane while I'm moving. Yes, so we'll be flying into Gold Coast on this one. And I'm going to be doing runway, what did we say? Which one are we doing? 32. RNAV 32 is the one we'll be flying into. Okay, I think we're good. We ready? Let's punch it.
Punch it! Punch it!
Punch it!
All right, Chewie, punch it!
Punch it! Punch it, we can beat him.
Punch it! Punch it! Punch it! Let's get the hell out of here! Punch it! Punch it! Punch it, Huxley! Punch that shit! Punch it! Punch it!
Punch it, Bishop!
Punch that shit!
It's a bumpy runway. Boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. All right, let's go.
Punch the gas! Punch it, punch it, punch it! It's back! Punch it! Punch it!
All right, gears up. Yeah. Nice. Solid. Welcome to your town. Look at Aussie. You'll fly it later today. Very nice. Have a couple people from that area here now. Looks like a nice day here. This is the fourth time I've won 100 from a raffle in the past week. That's 400 points you didn't have before Unbearable. GG. Walk says there's one mid-journey available, and we're going to be doing that very soon. So if you want to get in the last mid-journey, remember the end of the month tournament is going to be a week from tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. However, for your continued safety, Fliggity Air requires that you keep your seat rope fastened at all times while seated.
Kind of wish we would have flown over the city, but it's okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may now recline your seats insofar as they actually move and lower your tray tables. Please remain in your seats with your seat ropes fastened until the seatbelt sign has been switched off. We regret to inform you the Wi-Fi will not be functional for this flight. However, dial-up internet is available. Today's in-flight entertainment is the Fliggity Resorts commercial on loop. If you wish to view any of our other entertainment programs, speak to a member of our cabin crew to book a free 30-minute Fliggity Resorts presentation.
So we're doing RNAV X32. Pretty easy. Only 2 videos redeemed. John must be beside himself in rage. Only 2 videos? Dang.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be coming around shortly to offer you the opportunity to purchase something from our world-class menu, which you'll find in the seat pocket in front of you. I recommend the freshly frozen batter babies and the fermented cucumber juice myself. Ladies and gentlemen, cabin crew will be passing through with the duty-free cards. Various products are available from Fliggity Air's partners, including Fliggity Resorts, Fliggity House of Waffles, Filters, and more. We accept most currencies and credit cards, and heavy surcharges will apply.
He's got everything at your
Fliggity's Waffles.
Wow. For many good reasons. The best part of waking up is Filters in your cup.
There you go. Haven't seen those in a while. All right. Well, we'll do the mid-journeys, and then we'll see what our video stance is. So we have quite a few things we have to do during this flight before we start our descent. Currently, We're supposed to be landing this plane at 6:54 Zulu, which is an hour and 37 minutes. Not too bad at all. That'll give us a little bit of time when we land to look at the airport as well. So let's do the mid-journeys. Okay. So the first part of our in-flight entertainment is our mid-journey competition. So, have to do or get to do? What did I say? I don't even remember. Did I say have to do or get to do? I don't remember. What did I say? First prompt, the Beatles' Abbey Road album cover, but it's 4 anthropomorphic waffles walking across the crosswalk with text that says, "The Waffles," in the style of the Beatles logo. Some things we have to do before we land. We have to. I would say we have to. If I don't, there will be an uprising, John. Here we go. You ready? Someone's getting really creative. The waffles. Look at, hold on, you can't see it. You got to see this one. Hold on. You can't really see this. Look at this. The waffles. The waffles. That one's pretty funny because they tried to make it look like they were walking. Huh? The waffles. Look at this. Look at these. This one's kind of weird. Like they tried to put waffles on their head. No, it says the Beatles or the waffles at the top. We must have waffles. This one is weird because it's not that. Like the street looks weird and it looks very photoshopped. But the way they tried to make these waffles, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I will keep that in mind. Somebody was really creative with that, so thank you for being creative. Number 2, Rocket League, where the cars are dragons. I've been playing a lot of Rocket League. I played like 4 games tonight and I lost all of them, so I turned it off. I'm really not very good. You know, it looks like a Hot Wheels commercial. It looks like something you'd see on a Hot Wheels package. You know? It doesn't look like Rocket League as much as it looks like a Hot Wheels commercial. Thomas Kincaid's painting depicting a beach sunset with a dock in the foreground and ships in the background. It's interesting that it chose like a pirate ship type look when it said ships. I mean, it's not bad. I like it. It looks like a puzzle. It looks like a puzzle. Straight out of Monkey Island. Yeah. Yeah. Or what Raven said. A boxer with ski goggles on taking his owner down the hill on a sled. Will it do a boxer or a boxer?
What can I say except you're welcome?
A boxer with ski goggles on taking his owner down the hill on a sled. Let's find out. Will it be a boxer or a boxer? Boxers? Boxer. All boxers. It's cute. It's cute. Get him. He's on the ottoman behind me. I wish you could see him. He's so sweet. It's cute. Looks so happy. A mechanic working on a 1970 Dodge Challenger with a 446 pack with other iconic muscle cars around, getting ready for race day. It's pretty cool. It's interesting. Okay. I have your winner. It wasn't Dave. It was not Nerd. It was not Senior Pin, and it was not Benjamin. Your winner was Clorix. This was too good. I'm going bottom right because the waffles look weird. And the word, the waffles, is funny. So bottom right, Clorix. And then if you want, you can see that for yourself. Right there, there's your winning image. It's pretty good. And then if you want a copy of yours, you can go there as well and click on them. Oh my gosh, who did this? Winnie the Pooh is a cyborg in the future. Now that's a prompt. That's cool. We are not at cruising altitude yet. We're going to 37. Our wind, we have a crosswind. I think that'll turn into a tailwind a little bit in. So we're gonna do the videos here in a second. However, what's our video number right now? We have Clorix, Shawnee, Devious, and Mamba. So we have one left. If you want to do a video, there's still time. You'd be the last one at the 5,000 mark. Otherwise, it'd cost you 20. No one's done that yet. And I don't blame them. Okay. Brace is that flight instructor in the sim that just pokes you with a stick because you're forgetting something. Listen, I saw it and I fixed it. I paid attention to it and I fixed it. I had to do the mid journeys. What did you just? I just saw it. I saw fuel, and I clicked my center fuel pumps. Bet that's on his stream day. All right. As soon as I get to 37,000, I'm gonna put in my altitude that we're gonna go down to, and we're gonna do the videos. You still have time for one video. Somebody has to do one video. Looks like we want 2,000 feet. We want to get down to 2,000 feet for tonight. What's the temperature right now? Is it pretty rough? 18? So it's a little warmer than last night. I mean, it's still cold. I got 19. Feels like 8. Oh, wait, now, wait. Is that right? Hold on. Yeah, 19. And for tomorrow, it says about an inch of snow expected. So not the 1 to 3. If there's an inch of snow they still won't go to school. It won't matter. An inch of snow will still put them out. Relatively toasty. It's 20 where Jadot is. What? Did you know with us, you know, we didn't go back to school until like, what was it, like January 4th or something. Okay? And then this week, we're probably not going to go at all. And then when we go to Vegas, we're going to be out pretty much the whole week, except for Friday. I have to go Friday. So in January, I will have taught like a week and a half after everything. It's crazy. All right, there's our 37. Let's put my 2,000 feet in. Part-timer. It's unbearable. It's pretty nice. However, I will say I was disappointed that we would not have class tomorrow, because it's a class that I enjoy, and I've been in, you know, we've been working on some music that I really like, and I don't like not being able to go and work on it. So, wish we could have. January is your pre-retirement test. I'm failing if that's the case, Bacon. All right, so I'm gonna do these videos again. I have 4 videos right now: Clorix, Shawnee, Devious, Mamba. If you want a 5th, if you want the 5th video, find one and submit it before we're done. Does it stress you out when you're away from your students so many days? I wouldn't say stress me out. However, Defiant, I really kind of needed these classes to continue working on this piece that we've been working on. Like when you're doing music and you take what ultimately is going to be like a week and a half from doing a piece, and we're just learning it. We haven't even gotten halfway through it yet. Like, they're going to forget everything we've done, much less learn the new stuff. So it puts you back. Now, I will say they have to do online work, and I have to be available on Zoom for 2 hours. And I was yesterday. I was available yesterday when we were out for 2 hours. No one got on. I'll be available tomorrow for 2 hours. No one will get on. I'm supposed to be available if they have questions about their homework, but they're not. All right, are we ready? First one, Clorix says, not your usual Super Mario 64 speed run. Yeah, you'll get on. Clorix, there's no way. Okay. So this is Clorix's video. So let's see. Is this correct?
Super Mario 64 16-star drum percent with CZR.
Is he playing with a Rock Band drum set? Is that what's going on? Yeah. Oh, wait, it's an electronic kit.
Ready? All right, so
it's funny.
First let me explain the controls a bit. I will be
same thing Logan did with Dark Souls
64 completely today using only a drum set. I am playing this on real hardware, and I'm playing on the Japanese version of SM64.
Yeah, that's not a Rock Band drum set.
Really the basics for this is I have to roll on a drum to hold that direction.
Uh-huh.
And these 4 drums are the 4 cardinal directions.
Yeah.
I can also hit a max velocity and hold that direction. So you'll see me do
nice.
that in different stages to set up Mario's movement or to get a good diagonal. Because these are my options for diagonals. If I roll on 2 drums, I get a wannabe diagonal. It's
just a few hours ago, wow.
Or I can mix toggle and roll. And there's my diagonal. Then the symbols are programmed to do different things. I have R right here.
By the way,
this is B.
Right off the bat, this guy's probably been in a drum line, if you want to ask. This guy's probably been in a drum line because he's testing all this by doing double strokes. And double strokes are something, and they're, you know, pretty smooth double strokes. Most people that have not been in some sort of marching background would not really have great double strokes. They wouldn't practice them.
E, and the hi-hat pedal is Z. On my right foot, I have the bass drum for A, and then I have an extra B pedal down here. The only other thing is the C buttons. They're also on these main drums, but they're the rims. So this
the
is
rims.
C up, C left.
So he's changing his
C
camera
right,
with the rims.
and C down. And
wow.
Those are the controls. All right, who's ready to do a full run?
Wow.
Are you using Mario Cam at all?
Let's go.
I will. You'll see it.
Okay.
Just keep an eye out. All right, I'm just gonna swap out the parts, and we can get started.
Swap out the what?
I can reset the game for you if you want to start like that then.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
It's me, Mario.
It's funny.
All right.
You got the file deleted?
I'm pretty sure, yes. Yes.
All right, then give me a countdown.
All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
He's doing 16 stars.
Good luck.
Also,
16
so
stars.
chat, I had a fun idea. Whenever we get a star, I want you to do your best Mario impressions and say Yahoo. Go right on into it.
No thanks.
So what's your PB in this category?
1948. I was able to get a sub 20-minute run December of 2022. And yeah, even the oldest time for 16 star, which was an hour and a half, has remained uncontested to this day.
Oh, okay.
And also, we're going to have an interesting thing here. We are going to be doing the Lakitu skip right at the beginning to save a bit of time. It should save you around 10 seconds in the
So
run.
what's funny
and
is
we start this run
his
right
record.
off with that.
His record is 1948, and 48 seconds of it he can't even play. At the beginning.
It's a tough trick.
Yep.
Yep. Let's see if we're gonna talk to Lakitu today.
What did he say?
He's your best friend, right?
What did he say his symbols were? Do you remember what his symbols were?
No.
That's unfortunate.
That's it.
Not a big deal, though.
Why are they clapping?
That's all right.
Oh, his right and left are his symbols?
He wants to know why we're using a drum kit.
That's the
Now,
whole point.
Speaking of using a
literally
drum
the
kit,
point.
I had a chance to use this a little bit before the actual event. And I will say, as somebody who uses alternative controls, this is like nothing I've ever seen. It is extremely difficult, and the velocities and the ways that you have to hit the drums is intense. It's constant. It's not just holding a button. You constantly have to roll, and you constantly have to strike the drum at the right velocity to get actions to happen. The fact that you've gotten to get it to work so fluently is a miracle in and of
Isn't
itself.
that crazy? Oh, he held it.
Let's go. Awesome.
So he glitched.
Okay, I was nervous for that one.
For that one.
That's a tough trick, too.
Let's go.
These tricks are already tough with a regular controller.
Yep. And that skip is our bomb clip right there.
Oh, all right. You guys saw Mario twitch a little bit. I actually have 2 modes on the drums. The first mode is regular mode, and then toggle mode, which lets me do BLJs and Bowser throws.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I know Unbearable.
So right there, I
but the fact that he did it
toggled
with a drum set.
So during the run, I have to keep track of like what I've hit so far.
Now this is going to be our next skip. This is going to be where we do cannonless. And essentially, there's normally this star that you have to get by using a cannon to break a wall. In this case, we'll be looking for a texture on the rail here to see if we can get into the right position, and this will allow us to get the star right here.
Come on.
Nice.
Jeez.
Yahoo!
By the way, and I think I've gone on record saying this, I do not like this game. By saying that, I am completely fine watching people play this game. I can't stand the camera angles and the controls.
Shame.
I know.
Shame.
I know.
Shame.
I played this game when it was brand new. Like, brand new. I the camera angles are really rough and the controls are so touchy. Like, I don't see how anybody plays this game. It's so difficult.
Fantastically
to
well
feel
done.
like you have real control over Mario. Much less with a drum set.
But so one of the really cool things about doing a run like this is that there's not really any guide that's been made for this.
Yeah.
This was something that that CZR and their programming partner put together. Onosaurus, I believe it was. And they put together this signal essentially using a task TM32 that essentially allows you... Woohoo!
Oh, I know Unbearable. I know.
It essentially allows you to...
Never thought of this game as difficult.
MIDI signals into N64 signals.
I think it's difficult because of the controls.
To the N64 and original hardware. It's really fascinating.
But see, Raven, if I have to play it, even if I have to play it with new controllers, I still suck with
Jump
it.
was eaten there by the stairs. Well, we got backup strats, so good.
And while we do this, do we want to get some donations?
That'll be a wahoo for me. Lindsay sending in $50 to PCF saying, so many awesome runs tonight. Hoping we can get to 700K before I gotta hit the hay. Good luck to all runners and let's get that cosplay. $10 from Lee Cario, who says,
I like that he just grooves. Like right now, he's just grooving.
So proud of you, bro. It has been a
Use that as an opportunity to drum.
To lower your time, getting better with your drums, and getting better with every playthrough. Me and my coworkers are cheering you on. Let's go, CZR! Woo!
Thank you.
And there we go. Thank you for reading out those donations. And now we're coming up. The next area should be Cool Mountain, I believe. But yes.
You got squished. Did you do what he was doing where he jumped and did the slam? Jump slam?
It's looking to be a fast run indeed.
One wall kick. Oh, the angle's a little tough.
Nice.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Jeez. Amazing.
Accidentally hit one of the rims there, so I had a wonky angle, but it worked out.
Now, one of the really, really big challenges in doing a run like this is the fact that you have to constantly keep momentum during this entire run. And you'll find that this is going to be especially apparent as we get in towards the later part of the game, especially against characters like Bowser in the last throw. It is a constant struggle to keep up that pace.
Wait, Bowser?
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit.
Fight two.
What do you think is hard?
I'm just going to kind of skim through it a little bit. Favorite part about drummers is how they always play when you're trying to tune your guitar. I don't.
The drums have a little more inputs, at least. The DK Bongos has almost nothing.
And hey, and speaking of, John, it wouldn't really matter because, and I don't know if you use these, but my guitar players use the tuners that clip to the, like where the frets are? Not the frets. What are the tuners? They have this thing that clips to it and it measures the vibrations. And so even if I were playing, it wouldn't matter because they look at what the tuner on that's clipped to it. It measures the vibrations. I don't know how it works. Yeah, the head, is that what it is?
I did this on a steering wheel one time and it was awful.
But the DK Bongos trying to get like this Bowser spin going in a like circle. Very nice.
Good job rescuing that penguin. That penguin's happy to be back home.
Hey, Mr. Guitar Player, is your guitar called Rack 1? No, then stop playing. Is your guitar called Rack 1?
All right, wall kicks will work.
Look at this.
Nice, good kick.
Gosh. I don't see how they do this. I don't see how they do this with a controller.
And right into the star.
Amazing.
Good stuff.
Amazing. Why is he using the
Now, one of the interesting
SPDS? He doesn't
things
even need the
is this all
SPDS,
started
but he
with
has it
Zelda
hooked up. That's
Ocarina
funny.
of Time for CZR, and
The
it
red-
has been
the red
used
trigger
for
pad?
A whole host of games.
He doesn't have anything programmed
not just
to it,
this, and
but
I
he's
believe
using it.
CZR holds over 86 records in different categories.
With drums.
With
With drums.
Yes, a lot of those are single star in Mario's.
No, okay.
So I dissect it, the star itself and try to set a really good time. But yes, 86 at this point.
Are we getting the red coins or?
Not today.
Okay.
Look at him doing a double stroke roll
to
to
go to the
go.
basement. We're doing a 16-star speedrun, so the goal is to get 15 stars as soon as possible, so we can get MIPS, and MIPS is going to be used to sequence break the game.
Jeez.
Yep, MIPS is going to allow us to
Can you
essentially
imagine
flip through
doing this
two
with a drum
different doors,
set?
a wooden door and
Or
a
a controller.
30-star door that would normally be a gate towards your progress. And this is what makes the run possible in the first place, to do a 16-star run.
Wow.
Super clean. Good stuff.
Wow.
Dark World, very scary level.
John.
Here, no. How do we spin Bowser?
Look at him. He's doing sweeps.
Super smooth.
So
that is very satisfying to watch.
So that confirms that he's a marching guy. Hold on.
Spin Bowser.
Watch what he's doing. You see what he's doing? He's doing inner sweeps, inside sweeps. Only tenor players do that. Only tenor players do this.
How do we spin Bowser?
Look.
So super smooth.
I'm curious now his background. Most people would not even consider doing that.
Now,
also, as
one of the
smooth
really
as
cool
he is
things,
with
and I
it.
think my favorite thing about this entire run is that if you take a look and you can see CZR's 4 drums in front of them, these drums, you actually have 2 separate sets of controls. You have the yellow buttons of the N64 control and also your analog stick. But if you don't press in the center of those drums, you will not get the analog stick. And if you hit the rim, you end up using, or changing the camera angle, which is insane. But with that, we'd like to get some more donations.
Absolutely, we are flying.
John says you'll hate this. I always hit the strings lighter during sound check and then smash the crap out of them during the set. I have done that before, John, on when I sing. Sometimes, not often, but when I feel like sometimes the sound guy is not going to turn my vocals up, because they never do, I sing a little quieter during sound check. We know you all do it. Sometimes you can't trust these sound guys. We also up your monitor sends 10% between sound check and showtime.
Flying towards that 700K, $699,171 so far, thanks to people like Sushi Elemental, who sent in $25.
If you know you're not going to be loud,
off a cliff.
you might as well try.
$50 from Captain Clayhab, who says 700K hype. $10 from Jared to PCF as a symbol of how much I'm enjoying CZR and the drums. Winky face. And $1,000 with no comment from Anonymous, but that generosity speaks for itself. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Can't tell what he's trying to do.
Well, we're getting so close to 700,000. That is amazing.
Oh, the stage is a mess.
I can't tell what he's doing.
The backups here are really difficult. Are we going for the bird? Okay.
Yeah,
We're gonna get a second chance at the talent star. It's gonna look really cool when he gets the bounce. All right. So we're trying to go to the first pillar as fast as possible to catch a cycle of the Shy Guy approaching. And then with the height from the Shy Guy, we're trying to hit the bird to get the star. That looks really good. Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Just like that.
That's cool.
Ooh, that was a little scary.
That was.
John, I don't want everything in my monitor.
I'm liking what I hear of those wahoos. Keep it up. Keep
Definitely
it up,
stuff
everyone.
I do not
Keep it
want.
up.
Like, I don't want saxophone. I don't want steel
Now, if
drums.
memory serves
I don't want
correctly-
congas. I don't want some of the vocalists.
I think we're getting 2 stars here. Oh.
Just red coins.
Just red coins? Okay.
Yep.
Look at that eyeball.
This is lethal lava land. As the name says, lethal.
You can see diagonals are a challenge here. We got it.
Wow.
You know what's a wahoo from me? We just raised $700,000 for the Prevent Cancer Foundation during this amazing...
Let me keep, let me skip ahead, okay? So, a few minutes left. We're not going to watch all 20 minutes.
A little bit burnt there, but that's okay. We were just in the dire docks. We'll take another dip later. And
you know,
the bully's gonna get you now.
Oh,
no!
He died.
Dude, this stage.
All right, gonna give you a little bit of power here because I know the next time will be the one. $100 from Zero Z Shadow saying, I woke up at 3
So this does remind me of playing Mario Odyssey.
This is amazing.
I streamed Mario Odyssey and loved it. John, do you remember getting through that? Remember the last
this
level?
Part is very tricky because it's a lot of precise timing.
The last level of Mario Odyssey is like
that can just
20 minutes. And if you die, you have to do it all over again.
But luckily, CZR seems to have this on tap and...
Jeez.
Yeah, these jumps make me nervous. I'm not. I could never perform these jumps.
I would play Mario Odyssey again all the way through. I 100%ed it and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was so good. Uh-oh.
That's fine. Just gonna recharge on the heart.
Now, one of the things about this is when we were doing the setup before this, it was really, really difficult to get Mario to change.
Oh, this always scares me. People always do this. It's so risky.
He's doing his sweeps.
And like I said before, keeping this momentum with Bowser is extremely hard, let alone timing it.
All right, it's time for the BLJs. How difficult are they on drums?
They're generally easier to do
on drums.
So that's 16 stars.
Yeah.
Isn't that? Oh, he has to beat the game though.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how consistent from the runs of CZRs that I've watched.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can definitely mash really fast with 2 drumsticks.
Everybody ready for our favorite staircase?
We don't even get to see it.
Wow.
All right, good luck.
That double bass.
A little too late catch. Yeah.
Oh, he has to do it again?
Yeah.
There we go.
Jeez.
CZR dropping the bass for everyone.
I don't really know what happened, but it looks like it was cool.
One of the things I will say that's incredibly hard about doing any alternative control run is that you have to sacrifice buttons, movement, cameras, and more when you play a game like this. Getting this to work fluently.
There it is. Yep, we're up there.
That was quick.
I don't know what I'm seeing.
Getting this to work fluently is extremely difficult in and of itself. And
oh no! The slide, yeah.
Dang.
And can we read out some donations?
Go for it.
My pleasure. $50 from Tavon to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Watching CZR's run while eating my burger reminds me we need that Burger King cosplay. We are almost 90% of the way there. Over $9,000 to that $10,490 goal. Please keep it up, everyone. $50 from Ziku. This is nuts! I can't believe what I'm seeing here from CZR.
Wow.
I think everybody's saying that in that particular tone, too. $100 from Schma saying, now this is my tempo.
Nice.
Wow.
That's another section
that part is
about.
really tricky because you have to keep holding backwards on the stick to not make a dive and a kick instead. And that was just flawless.
Wow.
Oh. Very nice.
All right, final Bowser time.
Final Bowser.
Here we go.
Normally that second staircase is endless, requiring more stars than he has to go through. He just glitched his way through the stairs to get to the final boss. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna wait for the blue flames here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a backup here. I'm gonna wait for him to run towards me. Then I can get him to hit the bomb.
Sometimes he doesn't want to.
Yeah, he has a 50-50 chance to run or not. Oh my gosh, that blue flame.
Yeah, close to the blue flame.
That thing had your number.
And my coordinates.
And there he goes. We got the backflip into a grab.
Wow.
We can only do this twice though. On the third, there is we're not close enough for that strat. Ah, come on, Bowser.
Run.
He just wants to jump.
There we go. Ooh, that was close.
That was close.
You saw that?
That was close.
No one saw that.
And one more.
One more in front of us.
No.
Oh, too far to the right.
I'll say this, Bowser's got mad hops.
You got him.
All right. That's it. Yeah.
And look
Nice.
out of here.
And we got time coming up on the star grab.
And time.
There we go.
Wow. There you go.
GG. That was such a good run.
Well done, CZR.
Amazing. All right. Clorix, very cool video. Very cool. We need to keep going. I tell you what, I don't know if we're going to have time for a GeoGuessr. We'll find out. Renaissance. Hello, is there still a video spot left? No, and the reason is because the stream got weird at the beginning, and I had to restart it, so it looks like there's one, but even though there is, there's not. We'll end up refunding it. But welcome, Renaissance. All right, Shawnee. Here's Shawnee. Ready? Secret video number 11. Oh, no. Here's Shawnee.
Why are they turning?
Is it hard over? It is, yes, sir, hard over.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
He is exactly like you in every way.
Oh, we have more.
Except 1/8 your size.
Breathtaking. I shall call him
Mini-me.
Mini-me. Your stock is rising, number 2.
So weird.
Do it again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Chloe, we're going to Disney.
What is happening?
Mr. Powers. You can't resist us, Mr. Powers.
Au contraire, baby. I think you can't resist.
How did it do that with his glasses? How did it do it with the glasses? I don't understand. Oh my gosh. Amazing. Goodness sakes. Devious is next. That was great. Amazing. So good. I like the Dr. Evil one. Here's Devious. That's good. That's good. Hold on. That's so good. That's a good one, Devious. Mamba's next. Mamba says, friend of mine who just passed away on Monday. His son did a video on what the vision of what he has accomplished. This is his reptilarium and aquarium. Okay. So his son did a video on what the vision of what he has accomplished. First of all, Mamba, I'm sorry about your friend. Let's see how this is. Here's Mamba. Says, let's make Dad proud. This is the 9-minute mark out of 11:20.
More than likely about 5 to 12 people by his side, sharing our favorite memories.
So, Mamba, this is a friend of yours, and his son has 5.5 million subscribers. Your friend's son.
What he meant to us.
I didn't know it was going to start then. Go to the beginning. Okay.
If there's one thing that we all know, there's no place my dad would rather be than with his anacondas. We just want to let you know that nobody is going to be trying to replace my dad, because that's not possible. And the truth is, guys, he is still with us. But we wanted to release that video while he is still here, so he can read your comments. Because that was one of his favorite things in the entire world. And if there's one thing we want to do, is make sure.
So, Mamba's friend, your friend had 5.5 million subscribers, and his son put out this video on his dad's channel.
That we keep his message and his purpose alive. My dad loved giving people private tours. Hey guys, you want to come hold a snake really fast? Sure. Come on in. Hey guys, how are you? Where you guys headed to? Just walking. We're just going for a walk. Oh, okay. Oh, this is a great walk. Come with me. And that message was to get rid of the misconceptions and to show through hands-on interaction the truth about how special these animals are. Have you ever held?
No, I've never done that.
And I won't.
Touch first.
I think I'm just gonna pet her.
That's fine, that's fine. Perdita was actually born all solid white.
Oh, really? Oh, and then they just kind of change over time. I had a fish that was like that, a Managwenzi.
Oh, that's cool.
It got a completely different color when it got it to its full size.
We're building an aquarium across the street.
Oh, are you actually moving everything over there, or is it you're gonna have two buildings?
We're gonna have 2 buildings.
Oh, wow.
And this is what it's all about. Well, enjoy your time, guys. You can walk around for a little bit, but I'm gonna make a video real quick, all right? Fair enough. All right, let's go.
So was his channel...
And he always pushed for his dreams and told you to do the same.
Was his channel always in this building? Like always for the aquarium?
Actually, when he was pretty much almost lost everything. He had about the smallest collection of reptiles since I was a little boy. But that never stopped him from dreaming. He picked up that vlog camera and vlogged 7 days a week. And one thing my dad never did was give up. He always said, you could fail 1,000,000 times as long as you never quit. it's a success. That perseverance is what gifted him everything that we're walking through today. He hunkered down when it got hard. He didn't know how to do everything, but he picked up that camera and figured it out one day.
He started with his reptile breeding business. He built the zoo in
He was
2016.
just
Okay.
a man,
Jeez.
like me, like you. Doesn't matter if you're understanding my language. You have fingers like me, eyes. You can do the same. Do you think he knew how to make a wall look so naturalistic? Do you think he was born with that? No. He had the vision and a screwdriver and a guy named, what's his name? And a guy named Stuart that made this. And two visionaries collided and they figured
That's
it
cool.
out. That's what my message is.
Making
to you.
all that stuff
Same as him, but I
just
wanna
by
drive
hand.
it home. There's no difference between you and him. Here we go, Bella. Whoa! Whoa! Look at that mouth.
Don't make that your
Dude,
finger.
She half the banana in one try. Do you guys remember when my dad first got Bella? He literally slept with her the first night. What a little banana monster. My dad did not know that this place was going to be successful. He actually thought it was going to be so unsuccessful. He bought a TV mounted at the front so he could watch football games while there were two people walking around 1.0. And believe it or not, guys, that TV sat right here. And to the surprise of my dad, he never used it. Because right when we opened up, you guys came here and packed this place out, totally breaking the fire code.
What's the location of this?
Shoulder to shoulder in here. It got so hot, not because it's a reptile zoo, but purely from human body heat. Everybody was sweating. My hair would be dripping wet. I swapped sweat with so many people. I mean, how do you think COVID started? And speaking of COVID,
Jeez.
more adversity. But my dad,
What a
he
weird
figured it out.
location
Didn't
for
let a
place like
stop
this.
him. He said, okay, well, we're gonna do virtual tours in my essential business. Turns out we could open up with a certain amount of capacity. And what happened with that capacity? It was better than it was when people were shoulder to shoulder. Can you believe that? And we never went back because the limited numbers created a better experience. And that was the thing about my dad. A lot of the times he was able to take a problem and turn it into a solution. Except for Salt and Pepper's tank. You guys made this place so successful, it made my dad start dreaming bigger and bigger. And that came with more problems. Like, how do we put a hole in the wall? And can we buy 2 buildings in a strip mall and combine them into one? And the reason we were telling you this, because you guys can do it too. Anything anyone's ever done as the black-headed pythons coming from was created by humans. My dad grew up not in a family of businessmen, not in a family of creatives that innovated and had 5 million subscribers. But he had a vision. He didn't choke it down. He fertilized and he believed in himself. Made a documentary in Africa. Was on a TV show in Australia. Built a reptile zoo and an aquarium that might rival some of the best in the entire world. And you can achieve your dream, whatever that may be. And this just goes to show you, my dad's best friend, Steve Bash, when they were little boys, came together and dreamed of building an aquarium and reptile. They separated for decades, became the top of their game in their respected fields, came together, and now are collaborating in what is soon to be the legacy. And you all know how much Dad would love to be doing this right now. But you gotta remember, he built this for you. And how special is that, guys? I mean, this is your playground. He took what he wanted as a child.
Jeez, look at this new place they're gonna do.
That he's been so blessed with in his life. He's trying to give back
Huge.
to you and what would be his little Brian. And that's the importance of this place, you see, is giving you experiences of behind the scenes. You don't have to be famous to come here and to play in the Bermuda Triangle. Let me show you where'd my phone go. I'm telling you, there's something weird about this Bermuda Triangle thing. My dad didn't always have 5 million subscribers. He was 1'6" I mean, not that tall, but the age. That's too bad. So he wants to give you, the everyday person, the experience of a lifetime. He always treated every single person he met very special, and that's not gonna change, because we have this playhouse for the everyday mouse. And for all those reasons, an unlimited amount more that we can't touch on in one video is the reason why we gotta keep this legacy alive. And not just the aquarium, but the family. Obviously, guys, it's been a while since I've been in a video, but I've been working behind the scenes, working on the vlog still, and helping out. This last year has been really tough. Yeah. And everyone's going to deal with it differently. All that matters is we're here right now, and We have purpose.
Noah and myself have learned so much through working with Brian or Dad, whatever you want to call him, that we feel like it's our purpose, like you said, to make sure that we continue this message forward.
And have fun.
That's the most important, you know, and we've had a lot of fun all together, and I know that if there's any two people that can do a good job and make Brian proud, it's us here. So.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, we're not going to just stop right before the grand opening of the Legacy Aquarium.
Yeah.
Imagine the cliffhanger that would be.
and I think there's also like a little bit going back to complete normal is never really a thing. It's going to be a little different, but the fact that we still have this place to work on will be an inspiration for all of us to build this for Brian. I think it helps everyone kind of ease into the idea that, okay, maybe he's not going to be around physically, but he will be around working through all of us to make sure that those dreams that he dreamt up as little young Bashy and Brian come to fruition and push it even further than he could have ever imagined.
And you have to remember too is that, he won't physically be here, but he left his mark on everybody.
Yeah.
And so he will be here through us. And this will always be Brian.
I don't know, Exhorter.
Yeah.
But we're just a conduit
of his
life now.
And I want to take a minute to thank you guys. I know these last few videos have been brutal. They've been brutal for all of us, but they're important videos. You know, when Steve Irwin passed, it was sudden. And he didn't have a moment to tell his fans how much they meant to him. And like, it was so, you know, it was a heavy video to edit, but it was so special to know that he got to do that. And that's something you guys can look at 10 years from now and go back and remember how much Brian loved you guys. And you can take it from Noah even more than me. You guys meant a lot. You guys were his family too. And for somebody that had a difficult family life upbringing, you know, with Brian, like Brian did, you could really see how he poured that out into all of you guys too, and you guys were very special to him.
It was a good message and probably the best video I've seen in a while, and since I was friends with him, it meant a lot to how Brian
by dozens of family and
meant
friends,
a lot to how Brian was to everyone.
More than likely about 5 to 12 people by his side, sharing our favorite memories, what he meant to us.
Sorry, Mamba.
Don't
need to apologize.
He's so funny. He's so funny. That
jokes.
His mind's working miles per minute because any person that comes over, if you are, you know, one of the crew here, whatever your job is, he's riffing off ideas. He's like, we got to make sure we call people for Animal Con, make sure that the video's going, what's the thumbnail for tomorrow? And you couldn't believe it. It's beautiful.
To reiterate how important you guys are to him, I spent a majority of the day, a lot of the day yesterday, reading off your comments to him. That was why we wanted to post the video. It was just important. So thank you for.
Man, they did this the day after.
Comments.
Yeah, I mean, we can all feel your positive energy and your support. And so can Brian, and he loved reading comments. I mean, every single morning, doesn't matter what was going on, how busy of a day we had, he would sit down, launch the vlog, and spend a half an hour to an hour commenting to everybody. So to get a chance for him to do that, again, was huge for everybody, including Brian.
Video was done
Not
last
only,
week.
As Jay said, we'll make him proud, but we'll also make you guys proud. And give you some more amazing vlogs to stay positive, get you through that hard day that
he was at home under hospice.
Just to cheer you up for 10, 15 minutes with some inspiration and some amazing experiences that you and I and everyone else involved are so blessed to have and are so lucky to be able to share with you. With that being said, let's figure this thing out.
One way or another. Speaking about.
Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, there's a playlist that you can watch all kinds of videos. You can also hit.
Okay, that was Mamba. Good video, Mamba. Very cool.
You son of a bitch.
Exhorter, thank you for the 58 months. Dang. Thanks, Exhorter. Thank you, thank you. This is Wog Ninja. This is Wog Ninja. It says, see with your ears, Spielberg and sound design. This will be cool.
There are a few ways that you can build up tension in a movie scene. Through camera work, through pacing, and probably most commonly through music, like the music you're hearing right now in this incredibly tense scene from Steven Spielberg's 2005 film, Munich.
Never saw it.
Except there is no music in this scene. But I'm getting ahead of myself.
Interesting.
Let's back up. We all know that movies have only two ways into your brain, through your eyes and through your ears.
Okay.
But if you've ever had the chance to edit a movie or a short film or even a small video, it quickly becomes apparent that when you're watching something, these two senses are weirdly interconnected. The visual side of film gets most of the attention because it's right in front of you, and it's usually what you remember after a movie is over. But in many ways, the visuals are simply the face of the operation, while the audio is actually the puppet master, the one that really holds the power. Okay, let me show you what I mean. Take a look at this scene right here.
Your footsteps that are close, traffic.
So what does Spielberg want you to pay attention to here? These people walking by and this car passing? No, it's not what Spielberg wants. It's what I want. Since that was the sound design I just
I was going to say, it sounded pretty bad.
Here's what the actual
The
shot
footsteps sounded weird.
Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was on his down, he left me alone.
Besides being infinitely better, it's easy to notice how the sound really affects what you see and from what perspective you see it. In my version, the shot had an omniscient third-person point of view. In the real version, as soon as the audio starts, you're placed in a perspective. The first thing you hear is a conversation from street level, so even though the long lens is fixed on Eric Bana, you know the moment is taking place on the ground. Then to drive the point home, you hear Daniel Craig singing The Temptations, and the vocal recording is close, intimate, even though you never go inside the car. That's enough to put you there. Then the car that you're really supposed to pay attention to, the black one, parks, and the sound of it parking jumps out in the mix. Just like you wouldn't hear Daniel Craig in that way from where the camera is, you wouldn't hear the car that clearly, but the sound design picks these things out to tell a specific story.
Papa was a rolling stone.
Steve, shut up.
The point here is that in film, you really do see with your ears more than you think. And sound doesn't mind that image gets the credit, because a key to the power of sound design is its invisibility. If dialogue sounds close, then you are close to the person who's speaking it, wherever they are.
My brothers were killed. My papa and my sister were both hanged.
Okay, so back to the sequence. Oh, yeah, forgot. No music. This 4-minute and 50-second scene is without music and almost entirely wordless. How does Spielberg and legendary sound designer Ben Burtt, who gave the world this, how do they build the tension here? Well, Burtt does it by building a bed of constant, noisy city ambience, then singling out and stringing together, like beads on a wire, key noises that tell the story. The background is that Eric Bana and his team are going to assassinate this man in his home by getting him to answer a phone that they've secretly installed a bomb in. The string of isolated plot sounds goes like this. The car with the assassins arrives. The dialogue of the target's wife and especially young daughter. Then their car pulling away, signaling it's safe to move forward. Then the coins and rotary phone that will make the call. Then the priming of the detonator.
Bacon.
And then... Wait, what was that? The first moment of trouble comes in sound. Up until now, the isolated noises represent the steps of the plan going smoothly. The truck passing by represents a break in that chain and a hitch in the plan. At this point, the ambience outside starts to take on some strange qualities. There's a high-pitched whine, like a train stopping, on top of everything. And just like the moving truck blocks the assassin's view, the movers talking keeps them from hearing the daughter's car pull back up to the apartment. She plays a key part in the scene, so Burtt isolates her again, but not her voice this time, her footsteps, which continue indoors. In the apartment, the ambience is quiet. And the really incredible thing about this scene is that Burt and Spielberg build the tension not by working toward a great crescendo of noise, but by gradually subtracting elements. Once the daughter is up here, the danger can be signaled by a single sound effect. The important elements have been set up so well by this point that you could follow the rest of the scene without seeing it at all.
This is cool.
Oh, je réponds. Non, non, c'est moi qui réponds.
Boom.
Allô?
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 Allô? Allô?
The climax of this scene, brilliantly, is silence. But it's a silence that works so well because it anticipates the noise of an explosion to come.
That's cool. So
at this point, the ambience has become really impressionistic.
Because the daughter
and when it comes
answered.
back in, it has echo and reverb. It's hurried footsteps and an anxious siren. The whole sound universe corresponds in a personal way to the assassins, to their feelings and their nerves. So it makes sense that when the final question is asked, it's the sound design that answers.
Are we on or off?
I'm not sure what they're doing in film school these days, but if you have any interest in making movies at all, you should attempt to make a scene like this. No dialogue, no music, just camera work and sound design.
Wow.
Once you've finished it, watch the scene back, but close your eyes and ask yourself, what do your ears see? Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching and welcome to the first video of 2018. That is really exciting.
That was pretty cool. That's pretty amazing. I did like it with the music too at the beginning. That was good. Dang. So my criteria is for the winner, what video would I watch again? And the video, would I watch the Super Mario 64 speedrun again? Maybe. Would I watch Devious's again? Devious was, which one? Let me look. It was a short. I'm just trying to remember which one it was. Oh, it was the guy with the siren. Yeah, it's funny, but I don't know if I'd watch it again. You watch the siren once, twice? Yeah. Mama's was good. Walks was good. Shawnee's was great. You know, I'm going to give Mamba the win. Shawnee, yours was really good. Walk, yours was really good. Clorix, really good. Devious was good too. But I'm going to give Mamba the win. I thought it was a good video. Thought it was a good video. And, you know, obviously meant a lot to Mamba. And I thought it was, you know, it was pretty powerful. So I thought it was good. Wingnut, good evening. What's up? So Mamba, GG. Mamba, make sure that you get a video to me within the next week for the end of the month tournament as well, since you're in on the tournament, okay? We have to do, it says Descent. Let me look here. Descent is supposed to be in 9 minutes. So if we're going to do GeoGuessr, we got to go right meow. And then we got to focus on the airport when we land.
I'm sorry, are you saying meow?
Am I saying meow?
Excuse me. Wingnut, thanks for the hello. Hope you're doing well. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a quick indoor. And some of you have been making a lot of waffles lately. You want to win more? You have 2 minutes. Will we see a soccer ball or a football anywhere in one of these images? 5 images around the world, indoors. They can put us in restaurants. They can put us in museums, churches, hotel rooms, stores, malls, airports, whatever. Anything indoors. We like to do a little side bet. Do you think we'll see a soccer ball or a football? It can be real. It can be on a picture. It can be a toy. It can be on a shirt. But it needs to be clearly a football or soccer ball. We arguably saw a soccer ball already, too. And arguably is the important word because I want definitively if I'm going to be handing out waffles. Thank you, Wingnut. Thank you, Wingnut. Have a good day tomorrow, too. So, we should be descending soon. I just want to get this in real quick. Okay. For the sake of time, I'm going to trim down these guesses to about 1:15. Okay. So every one will be 1:15. Can't do that there. Settings. Oh, there it's here. Round time. No. Okay. So about 1:15, okay? Make it 1:07? No, thank you. Who put 25? Raven put 25,000 on no. That's a lot of waffles, Raven. And Rally put 10,000 on yes. 10 people have said no. No, now 11 people have said no, and 8 people have said yes. Aaron Priest has put 20,000 on yes. The payoff now pretty big for no. Surprising. All right, you ready? Here we go. Come on, soccer ball or football. We have not seen a soccer ball or football in like the last 3 or 4 games.
Please refrain from Googling.
We ask that you do not Google and that you do not type any answers or hints in chat. If you think you know where we are, click the link that John did. You can also click the link that I just did. There are some outlets. Ace of Spades says, if you said garden hose, you would have been right. If you would have said 4x3 monitor, you would have been right. If you said mouse, you would have been right. I am not seeing... Oh, wait, there's some. I think that's some. Kind of hard to tell. What about this? Here's some. There's some. I don't think they're necessarily garden hoses, but that one could be. I would probably count it just in case. It might not be used for gardens, but it'd be kind of hard to not count it. There's some language as well. So, get your guesses in. Welding supplies. Is it welding supplies? Get your guesses in. We've seen a little bit of language. I'm counting you down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Closing the guesses. I think it would be, you know, you could go for one of those Eastern European countries that have Cyrillic, but I'm just going to go Russia. The question is where. Moscow would probably be the easy choice. I'm going to go to a different one. I'm just going to go to a different one. Oops. Just to try to split it up, make it to where somebody else doesn't do it. That was Russia, but man, just in the middle of that area above Georgia. Okay. All right, we got to move on. We got to move on. What do we have here? Makeup? Makeup? No soccer ball in here, right? What about out there? I think you are still alive if you are a no. If you said laptop, you would have been right. Give me some more language. I'm not seeing a lot. Is that Dick Insider? I don't know if that's the cider or not. That might be it. You need to get your guesses in. Where was the first location? It was Russia. But it was like that little strip right above Georgia. What would your students say? I don't know if they would get it. I don't think they would get it. Look, John, they have Defender here. Exhorter. All right, I got to count you down. You ready? They will get it. 10, 9, difficult game. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Closing the guesses. Moon Patrol is difficult, but Moon Patrol also sucks. No, Moon Patrol is not nearly as difficult as Defender. Moon Patrol has 2 buttons. Defender has 5. Like, just the things you have to do. Moon Patrol's so much easier. Listen, John, put in a quarter on Moon Patrol and put a quarter in on Defender and see which one lasts longer. Moon Patrol will always be longer. Okay, let's see. Walk Ninja's in first. Of course, Devious eternally in second or first. I mean, is it Poland? There's 2 Z's there. Is it Poland? I gotta go Poland. Just give me Warsaw. Just, unless, gosh, can you, wait. Can you imagine if this Zula Ziove is a city? Do I need to look for Zula Ziove? It's a lot of Z's. I don't see that city, so I'm going to go Warsaw. Watch it be Krakow. Oh, Croatia. Prague. I'm so bad with these 2 countries. Round 3. Show me a soccer ball in here. Anybody playing football or soccer? Maybe on TV? No. I'm going to give you 1 minute for this one. Okay, we're going to find an outlet. There's an outlet right there. Okay. This is a pretty room. Prague is not Croatia. Did I say Croatia? I meant Czech. Did I say Croatia? I meant Czech. It's a nice place. I am descending. My plane is descending. You got 15 seconds left. I'm going to count you down. You need to get your guesses in. There's not much here that shows it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Closing the guesses. I don't know. I'm gonna go Baghdad. Where are you, Baghdad? It's gonna be Baghdad. It's pretty. Jeez. Sudan. My gosh. Sudan? Khartoum. Rough. Round 4. You think they play soccer here? They could. They could play soccer in here. Maybe there's a kid over here playing. I think we've had this before. Have we seen this? Were those slot machines? Where? Back to the flag. So there's some language, but it's hard to see. And there's some as well. Okay, my plane's at 30,000 feet. 45 seconds. Can't read it. I just see RIP. 30 seconds. Devious in first. $20 seconds. $10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Closing the guesses. I could be wrong, but I thought that was the Cuban flag, or maybe Puerto Rico. I can't remember. I think it's Cuba. I don't think it's Puerto Rico. I think it's Cuba. Could it be? Maybe it is Puerto Rico. I'm going Puerto Rico. I'm switching. God, I should never do this. Oh, it was Cuba. It was the Cuban flag. What am I doing? It was the I'm gonna throw something. Why do I doubt myself? Honestly, if I'd gone Havana, it would have been almost the same. Final one. Show me a football or soccer ball. I don't know. Maybe. Probably not. You just never know in these images. You never know. However, I do think it's a no. Ah, we're in Paris, Kentucky. Short for Parky. Cuban flag and Puerto Rican flag are the same, but the colors are reversed. Well, that doesn't make me feel so bad. I couldn't tell. Flig's been here. Man, I tell you what, it looks like it is a no again.
For a terrifying, spooktacular I call, release me, my waffles.
I think it is a no again. Gosh, will we ever see one? It could just be free waffles for everybody. Just constantly no. Bearable was all in again. So sorry. All right, there's your waffles. Get your guesses in. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Closing the guesses. All right, well, what do we think here? Made in Belgium. I don't think this is Belgium. Do we think it's Russia, or do we think it's a European country that does Cyrillic? I didn't see any, we didn't really see any prices, did we? Did we see any prices? I don't know. I'm not seeing anything. I mean, I'm sure you all did, but... All right. I don't know. I feel like this could be a European country. I don't know. I'm going to go Ukraine. I'm going to change it up. It was not Ukraine. Man. It was Russia. Tough. In Russia, floor installs you. What the country. Your winner was devious because of course. I didn't forget the results. Wasman in second. GG Wasman. I was third. I'll take podium. VR Pilot close. Fourth. Danger Donkey fifth. Lord Secret Spy sixth. Wog Ninja seventh. John eighth. Rally ninth. And Benjamin top 10. GG everybody. We got to get ready to land this plane, you all. GG. All right, let's get ready to do this.
Fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Okay, so let's get ready to land, and then we'll show off this airport.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and keep your seat rope fastened. Thank you.
John, talking to Shawnee. We need to talk. John wants a little insider information. It was a good video, Shawnee. It was really good. We're pretty much going straight in here. I think we've got like... Do we have any vectors at all? No vectors. We're just going straight in. Easy. This will be a really pretty approach. Let's see. What do we need to do on the checklist? We need to do auto brakes. We don't need to do ILS. We'll do landing lights. I'll go on and do them. It doesn't matter. Okay. And we need to do approach ref. My frames now are great. Like, once we left Melbourne, frames are really good. Boy, the beaches here. Look at the beaches. Like over there. Rally, you ever been here? I have a feeling Miss Flig would absolutely love this area. She would love this area. You've been here, Lord Secret Spy? This is your state. Well, there you go. Unbearable's working 9 to 8. That's terrible, Unbearable. Have a good day tomorrow. Good luck. This airport is close to Surfer's Paradise. Spent a couple weeks here years ago. Got the worst sunburn I've ever had, but it was pretty. Dang. What are the controls for seeing things like just the overhead panel or passenger view? So if you want the overhead panel on your keyboard, do Control 6. However, they're different for different planes. That Control 6 is this plane. Do Control and then any number and just cycle through all the numbers and see what it does. As for the passenger view, not every plane has passenger view. But I hit a few different buttons. I hit Insert. So watch. Insert goes to any camera view. Then End. Oh, actually, hold on. Insert, End, and then you keep hitting A to cycle through. So I'm hitting A to just cycle through the different camera angles. And then when you're done, hit End, Insert. Go backwards. Yeah, but not every plane has those. So we are getting close.
What's your prediction? Prediction? Yes, prediction. Pain.
For those that joined late, we're flying into Gold Coast. It's an airport that Orbx is going to be releasing really soon. They gave me a pre-release of it to check out, show on stream. So we're gonna take a deep dive into the airport once we land, try to get a feel for all the things. But at least if you are interested in getting it, you can see what kind of approach we're going to be doing tonight. See what the scenery's like. We'll check out the airport more closely, and then when it comes out, I don't know when it's coming out. It says to be determined right now. It's supposed to be soon. When it does come out, we're going to stream with the airport again, but we'll take off from the airport. We won't land at the airport. We'll use it to take off. Don't do a deep dive into the airport. So we're at 8,000 feet. And It says drag required, but fine. I'll do a little drag required. Says we are 27 miles away. We'll be landing in 8 minutes. Oz Flight Simmer, what's going on? Good evening. Welcome. The trees at the front of the runway are awfully close. Icy, I'm curious if the scenery, the airport that we have, fixed that. Flashheart, hello, how are you? Welcome. What's going on? Greener, do a negative number. So right now, 13 knot crosswind for me, walk. We'll see if that changes. So this is the approach that we're on right now. We're going to be going to Feichel. Turning left. We have to be between 4,000 and 5,000. We're crossing 5,100 right now. And then straight in. And then this is the final chart. Okay, I'm going to switch to approach mode. I'm really glad they added this airport. I really like this area. All right, we have the glide path. So we're gonna start slowing speed. We have to get the speed down to 135. A little bit of a crosswind. Not too bad right now. 14 knots. That speed and flap setting shows on the bottom left to your PFD. Right here. Right there where it says ref. That's nice. I didn't know that. Stop. Nobody likes a know-it-all. But thank you for the info.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be landing shortly. Please ensure your seat rope is fastened, your tray table is up, and your seat is in the fully upright position. Thank you for your cooperation.
Look at Bittersweet flying the 787 in Japan, not with us. It's interesting over there. Great plane spotting spots at Gold Coast. So I'm on RNAV. It does have 3 whites. It looks like it's bringing me in a little high. We'll see how much that changes. Oh, it's fine, Bittersweet. I'm right with the diamond, but I think it's bringing me in a little high. Displace threshold. So yeah, I'm coming in pretty high. So I'm gonna adjust.
All right, now everybody, get in crash position.
All right. Nice, Bittersweet. I still have about 30 left on that. I keep forgetting to do it. Mine does not have tall trees near the runway. Nice. What happened, Brace?
Ladies and gentlemen, Fligadier welcomes you to this place here.
GGPP.
The local time can be seen on one of the clocks in the terminal and the current weather by looking out the window. For your safety and the safety of those around you, please remain seated with your seat rope fastened and keep the aisle clear until we're parked at the gate. The captain will then turn off the fasten seatbelt sign indicating that it is safe to stand. Please use caution when opening the overhead compartments and removing items since articles may have shifted during flight. We'd like to thank you for flying with us today. The next time you get the insane urge to go blasting through the skies in a pressurized metal tube, we hope you'll remember that nobody loves you and your money like Fligadier.
So right off the bat, it's a good-looking airport from a distance. You know me, I like it when they add trees and bushes and foliage. I think it adds a lot to it. I have some right over here. We're gonna use a follow me car to get to our get to our parking spot, and then we'll check out. I like the blinking lights to tell us to wait. Nice and detailed, no big blank spaces is right, yes. Yeah, we'll check out all of it. I'm sure there's people here that are more familiar with this airport. I also like the taxiway textures. Little tower there. Look at that tower. Looks like a short tower. Is that the tower? It's like that's a little short tower. You can land a 380 anywhere once. Yeah, you just might not be able to leave. Forever and ever. Now, Brace, you've been to this airport, right?
Forever. Forever.
What's the best tri-jet? What's a tri-jet? 3-engine jet? I have no idea. MD-88. Oh, you've not been here, Brace. Okay. I have no idea. Lord Secret Spy, I'm not familiar with my 3-engine jets. I like the markings. I like the arced markings that they do. That makes it a lot easier to get the angle. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I did it. He did it. I had to turn the music all the way up. It was still quiet. Is it louder outside the plane? That's funny. That is funny. He danced because I was 0-0. And there was some music. Kind of. That's good. All right, so we're going to check out this airport. Here's the link again. This airport is going to be released soon. Now, just so I don't have this beeping going on forever, I got to get ground power. Hold on 1 second. It'll drive us nuts. Hold on. That was funny. That was funny. I wasn't expecting... I was like, the volume was a little low, so I was trying to get the volume turned up. Okay, hold on. I got to get ground power connected. And then turn it on. There we go. Okay. So, let's look around. Let's look around here. The music is over by the marshaller. See, next time I'll have to go outside and listen. So just a top-down view of this. Covered parking. They've got a little bus zone over there. I do, like I was saying earlier, I do really like how close it is to the coast, to the beach. The city is more north up the coast. So if you're doing some VFR, it's a really, really cool place to fly around. So let's check out all the things. Got some banners. Hanging on the lights. Photorealistic area. Billboard sign is empty. Maybe they don't use it anymore. I do like the covered walkways or parking spots. Trees. Talked about that earlier. I love when they add trees. And those are highly detailed. Look at those trees. Like that a lot. They have some bulletin boards over here. Best theme parks in Australia. Creamy meets sorbet. Nothing on the back side of those. I wonder if they meant to have something here and didn't add it. I don't know. Did they do the theme parks? So the theme parks show SeaWorld, Paradise Country. Is that Six Flags? I can't tell. Wet and Wild. Got some of the smaller palm bushes. I'm sure they have a different name. Look at Jado and the Filder's livery. Couple of buildings over here marked. Qantas Freight. Cargo Partner. Virgin Gold Coast Airport there. That's nice. A lot of detail. Look at this. A lot of detail on those buildings. We haven't even gotten to the terminal yet. One end of the runway is in one state and the other end of the runway is in a different state. How about that? Like the covered walkway. This is nice. Grounds workers. Baggage claim and exit. Yeah. So they... It's odd that there's a plane there. Who parked here? Who's this? Oh, you know what? It's because someone else doesn't have this scenery, and that's a parking space for them.
You can't park that there, mate. Fuck off.
That's good. So they've got, I like this, they've got some people waiting in line for the bus. And then they've got, this is like a all bus parking, this circular area here. Good opportunity there for GSX profiles that have the passengers walk out. They have an international arrivals building, and then domestic is over here. Lots of cars modeled, and then they also do have... no, that's part of the photorealistic. That's photorealistic. That's a lot. That's a lot. The Ridges Hotel. Ridges with a Y. So they modeled that. And then this is parking from the airport. I'm going to save the terminal for last. We'll look at the terminal here in a second. I thought this was interesting. I don't really know what that's supposed to be. Anybody know what that is? It's kind of strange. Get a look at the taxiway texture, runway texture. Look at this. They even modeled a little bit of how the tunnel works underneath. And you can see where it goes out the other direction. How about that? That's pretty cool. And then you can see where the modeling ends. That's the #1 highway, Lord Secret Spy says. That's photorealistic. It's pretty. This is live time as well. It's pretty over here. Look at this. You know, just things like this. This is just a really small detail. You know, adding this drain. It's nice that they would do that. So there's the other end of the tunnel. They even added here in the median of the grass. Like, they could have just done grass. Look at this. They could have just done grass, but they've taken the elevation and added all the bushes and whatnot in the middle of this, created another drain there. Another drain here. They've got drains in all of these. Look. So all throughout these. And I'm going to go up to, I think GA is up here. Here's the fire training area. That's the photorealistic area. So what do we have over here? That's photorealistic. And that's photorealistic, so that's not part of the scenery. Walk says, among other reasons for those pools, airports have vast impervious surfaces like runways, buildings that don't absorb rainwater. Reservoirs can help manage stormwater runoff, reducing the risk of flooding and controlling erosion. They can also be part of the system to treat the water for pollutants before it's released into the environment. So let's check out the main part. Let's check out the terminal. And again, they keep doing all of this. Look at all this right here. This is a lot of effort for a drain. All the bushes they did here. Some of the GA hangars. Added some planes as well. Tractors. That's odd. Some old looking tractors too. So I guess this tower would be the one that they would operate from. And there are people in there. Hold on, let me... Yeah. They modeled inside of it. I always like when they model inside the tower. Flash heart.
Has anybody got a dime?
Raven, thank you for the bits.
Somebody's got to go back and get a shitload of dimes.
All right, let's look at the terminal. Thank you, Raven. Let's look at the terminal. So they've got where you would walk in through here. And obviously not all of it is modeled, but look what they did. They do have some of it modeled. Actually, appropriate signs. Higher res. People waiting. It's pretty nice. Like, I think this would be cool in real life too. Like, being able to be right here on ground level and looking out at the window and seeing them. There's another one over here. I mean, that would be pretty cool. Look at that. Look at that view. Can you imagine that? And another one. So 3 terminals, pretty similar. We're not in the main one, though. I think the main one's right there. Let's see. So 3.5. This one's about half the size of the others. Still same sign there. Same people, but looks great. So let's look at this building. So you got to get up on this level to look over. The textures on the taxiways and the tarmac look great. All the markings, that's a lot. I mean, look at all the detail on those. What's on the departure arrivals board? I'll look. Earlier, I think they were kind of blurry. You couldn't make them out. Yeah, you can't make them out. They're too blurry. A lot of Aussie regional airports are like that, as ground level in the terminal to the airliners. I like that. I like that. The gray is the international. Okay. Wish Orbx would do what Inabuilds do, giving us options to disable certain elements, etc. I mean, I feel like, for me personally, there's not enough of a performance hit to make that worth it. If you're talking about like getting rid of the interior, maybe they choose not to because they think there's not enough of a performance hit. This is a larger area. I like this. That's cool. So they have 4 jetways in this building. And then the others are just parking spots. So when I chose to go to a parking spot, I chose a gate, and there was one of 4 choices. And then they've got another covered sidewalk on this end as well. Look at all the markings. It's a lot. So, and again, let me just show you, if you haven't flown over this part of the world, I'll just show you real quick. The main part of the city is up there. So if you do any VFR flying out of this airport, you get to see a lot of interesting stuff like this. And of course, it's all photorealistic, so the colors are a little bit more vibrant. Like that. All of these waterways. It's a great place to do some VFR. Look at all this. Very cool area. Just a really cool. Westland, this is Gold Coast, Australia. YBCG. Just a really neat area. Imagine living here. Imagine living here. Just can't imagine. 9 times more waterways than Venice. Yeah. Yeah, YBCG. And the one that I'm showing here, it's YBCG. And the airport I'm showing is coming out very soon from Orbx. You can click that link if you want more info on it. And when it does come out, I will stream again from here. But we'll take off from this location. Tonight we landed here. So when I do it again, I'll take off from here so we can see it a little bit from a different side, you know. Walk says there is a configure button on Narita that toggles static aircraft, static cars, and 3D people. Also, Melbourne has a bunch of toggles as well. You've got to scroll the list. There you go. So they do have some. Thanks, Walk. So, I'm not sure when we are going to be flying out of here because I'm going to save it for the release date. But this is definitely on the list of things we'll be doing soon. So, yeah, the more you know, Brace. So there you go. Hope you all enjoyed the flight tonight. Hope you had a good time. We're done. Yeah, Captain Habib, I was just at Melbourne when we left for this flight, and it was rough. It was rough. So, we are done for the night. Hope you all had a good time tonight. Looks like my battery is still hating it. Are they mad at me for not... Just do that. Turn the battery off. So we're done. Hope you all had a good time. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate it. Come back tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly what we'll do, but we'll figure something out. Hope you had a good time. Thanks for being here. We need to raid somebody. Let me look.
making pancakes. Take some bacon and I put it in a pancake. Bacon pancakes, that's what it's gonna make. Bacon pancakes.
All right. Let me find somebody to raid. Give me a second. Okay. We're gonna do this. Oops. Not sure exactly what this is gonna be like, but sometimes you gotta take chances. So let's go say hello to Kevin Essex King. Or Cavan. I don't know. He's flying. Looks like maybe the stock 320 and doing Air Hauler 2, making money, but it is in flight sim. So he's at 5,000 feet, flying 328 knots, and is lighting up a cigarette. So let's go say hello to Kevin Essex King. Have a great day tomorrow. Hope to see you all tomorrow night. Night, everybody.
Will everybody please leave? I want everyone out!
Fliggity 1976 out.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're reporting passengers seated in zones E and F at this time. Your zone number has been indicated in the middle of our personal reporting card. Once again, zones E and F is at this time.
Thank you.